Everything I sell in my shop is either exclusive to our store, so we're the only one that has it, or it's from an independent designer. So we work with a lot of local makers who do sculpture or paper art or design, but then also folks from all over the world and all over the country. I've been working in retail for almost 20 years, and so I've made a lot of relationships over the years with different folks who make cool stuff. Well, my background is really in entrepreneurship, and I've been a business owner here in the neighborhood for about 20 years. Sure. And my most recent company was called Hello Holiday, and I did that with a partner, and we had a huge staff, and we sold women's clothing and accessories, and we supported independent designers. And then, my partner and I both decided to take a break from it in 2019. And then as we were in the pandemic and home all the time, I found myself just really missing retail and really missing the relationships that I had with folks in the community just because of the store that I had. And, I had my kiddo Ash with me at home all the time, and they were also kind of stir crazy and like wanting something to do. And so we decided to start a business together where we sell things that are made by independent designers, art, home goods, just kind of beautiful things for the home that make every day more beautiful. So we decided to start that together, and it's called 5-9 because we have a shared birthday of May 9th. So I was born on May 9th and my kid was born on May 9th, and we were thinking of all these different ideas for a business name, but that's what we settled on. After a lot of experience as a business owner and doing many different businesses over my life, I really wanted to do a project that was fun, that wasn't just focused on making money. Because honestly, I found through experience that you really make the most money when you have the most fun. Mm-hmm. When you're not having fun, usually you're not making money either. And so in order to make it sustainable and have it be a business that I can actually grow, sustain, and just enjoy going to work and it doesn't feel like a slog, I had to not take it so seriously and not take myself so seriously. The most unique thing that I've done with this project is not have any official hours. So, I'm not open any set hours. I'm open when I want to be here. And I'm open when my staff and other workers want to be here. And that has honestly lifted so much stress from the retail experience. I've been a retailer for almost 20 years. Sure. And really, some days the most stressful thing is my kid is sick, but I've got to go open up the store at 10 a.m. And there's something in your brain that's telling you if I open it up at 10:45 or 11 or 11:15, that's a problem. And I'm failing as a business owner. And you just really, maybe if the pandemic taught me anything, it's you just cannot go through life like that. Just killing yourself over 10 a.m. versus 11 a.m. I mean, it doesn't matter. You have to live a life too. So that's also really increased our engagement on social media, I think, because people are always checking our Instagram to see when we're open. Right. And when I post that we're open, today we're going to be open from 2 to 8 or from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. or whatever, people come in and they say, I'm so happy you're open. I've been waiting to check you out. I always check every day and see when you're open. Mine were not unique to what a lot of people experience. When I was very young, I feel like I experienced a lot of kind of stereotyping and discrimination because I was a young woman. A lot of people didn't really take me very seriously, and that was frustrating sometimes. And, in my mid-20s, I got divorced and, became a single parent, and that was a really big challenge, just financially for my family. Sure. And throughout my whole life, I've struggled a lot with just my mental health, just anxiety and depression. And so while those obstacles aren't really self-created, they're really internal. And I had to kind of work internally to work through them. Sure. And it's not there's some external fix, I can just make more money or hire more people and then the problem goes away. It's just sort of the same problems of life that everybody has. So, you give up a lot of security, I guess. I mean, when you have a conventional job or you have a boss, you got a cubicle you can go to, one thing that gives you is routine. I mean, I've always envied people sometimes where it's like, you're done with work at 5 and then you're done with work and you really don't have to think about it anymore when you get home. And I've always like seen advantages to that big time because, so I'm a state senator as well. I run this business. I work with a lot of nonprofits. I do a lot of board service, and I'm thinking about this stuff all the time and I can never turn it off. And sometimes I wish that I could, but you know, and there's also the security of just the steady paycheck. Like you basically know what you're going to make every year. And as a small business owner, like you literally never know. I mean, I could have an amazing, typically in retail, you know, November and December is amazing. You make a shitload of money and then the rest of the year is pretty dry. So you look at your bank account and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm going to go shopping and buy everything I want. Yeah. But then you remember like, oh, this has to last me basically for the next 9 months and I've got to make this stretch and budget for my whole year. So, you know, you give up the security, but what you gain is the freedom, which is just amazing. And I always thought, you know, I really don't do this for the money. I do it for the freedom because that's my highest ideal. And being able to set my own hours and being able to take my kid to work and, you know, you trade some things for that. You know, you trade the security, you trade the stability, but this is just, for me, this is just the way I have to live. I would just tell myself, like, it all gets easier. Like, it all gets easier with time. The stress doesn't matter as much, and just hang in there. Like, it gets better, it gets easier, it's worth it, you learn more, and that's not something you can measure with like a metric or anything that is within your business, because your business is it's gonna go someday. Like even if you run it until you die, like eventually it's not around anymore. And so focus on the things that you're always gonna have with you. And those are the things inside, like the values and the experiences and the things you learn that make you who you are, whether you're an entrepreneur running your own business or whether you're working for somebody else or whether you're, you know, in the middle somewhere. Because, you know, you're not so special and so good that couldn't be you someday. And I feel like I have been all of those things at some point in my career, and it was all fine. And, you know, the next day kept coming and the sun kept rising, and all I could do was just learn from the struggles and keep pushing forward and doing it anyway.